Hello, thank you for joining me on my commute today. Today is Friday the 13th, March 13th. Sorry, there's no one in my my bag is super heavy today. I'm so sorry. There's nobody in my passenger seat. It's just my big bag. So today, I've been thinking about, it's very strange. I've had two people from my past who I've walked through life with, reach out to me yesterday, the same day. Very surprising. And I'm surprised. Anyway, that was my bag. Okay. This video is supposed to be about, so I'm turning 45 in a week. And my very best friend is turning 40 this year. And we're planning to celebrate together in some way, somehow. We're still planning on doing that. We just haven't planned anything yet. Anyway, I'm on my way to work. It's Friday. I have no makeup on because I see my acupuncturist today. And I just really want to be a cheerleader of women, a cheerleader of middle age, an advocate for women's health, an advocate for mental health, an advocate for veterans, and just like I'm an advocate. I believe I'm a safe place, and I am a friend. And the reason I want to say that is because of this kindness quote that I heard this morning, but that's a different story. So here are 10 things that I would say as a woman turning 45, middle-aged, mother of 3 teenage daughters, wife of 20 years, a veteran, just a woman who, like, I have earned my gray hairs and my wrinkles and my smile lines, and I've earned it. Okay, so here we go. 10 things. Number 1, your partner, your person that you choose to do life with, your husband, your wife, your whatever, and of course I'm drawing a blank. No, but date them. Date your partner. One of the biggest lessons that the older women in my kind of like teachings, and I didn't have women in my family, but I had women in the church. I had pastors' wives. I had just wise women just kind of whispering in my ear when I was raising my little girls, and while I was reading Proverbs every day, and teaching Bible study, don't let that spark go. Don't let the kids kind of like take over your marriage. Like, have that thing separate. And I held on to those words, and he's calling me. Of course he's calling me. But I held on to those words and dated my husband. And what happened was, over the last 20 years, I developed kind of a prismatic relationship with my husband, with Nate. He's my husband, but he's also my boyfriend, and he's also my best friend. And there have been times where I would, because of the way that I grew up, I could speak to my husband one way, but it's not a way that I would speak to my boyfriend, and it's not a way that I would speak to my best friend. So why would I speak to my husband that way? Like, that doesn't make sense. And then there are times that, like, just, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to be thought of as a wife, but also as a girlfriend, and also as a best friend. And that trust and everything has taken 20 years of refinement and just going through the shit together, but still choosing each other day after day after day after day, and choosing that commitment. Now, no, that's just one. I'm just gonna say that. Okay. So another thing, your children are not little pieces of you running around. They're not you, little yous running around. They are each individuals to themselves. And I believe our job as parents is not to mold them and shape them into what you want them to be. I personally, in my opinion, believe that our job as parents is to show love and support and kindness and guidance to our children. And now my children are teenagers, so I'm in that, like, because we cross over from, you know, in that like 11, 12, 13, we cross over between in childhood development, like that, I can't remember what its name is, but like the age of something, and then the age of directives, like the age of like decision making, like you make the decisions for them, and then when they be, you know 11, 12, 13, 14, then you're like helping them guide, like you're guiding their decisions, your children. And then so I think having a nurturing, safe place, a girl from church that and I haven't attended church for years, and that's a different story, so please don't think that I haven't changed. I've dramatically changed into 2020, and anyway, and I can't actually say that I've changed. I've actually gone back to who I was before I was kind of like caught up. So anyway, this is my turn. So your children are individuals. Guide them, love them, nurture them. But you will have different seasons with them. And the more help that you get for yourself, the more you're going to help your children. And the more you sit in your shit, the more they're going to be like, fuck you, you're still sitting in your shit. And the more they see you try, and the more you say I'm sorry, and the more you say I messed up, and the more you're like, please forgive me, and the more you're like, please pray for me, and the more you're like, I messed up again, and the more you're like, okay, you messed up, let me help you. Like, okay, you messed up, let me help you, because I've messed up like this too. You know, like I think the largest lesson that I learned growing up was when I made a mistake, I was shamed for making a mistake, or made fun of or humiliated. I wasn't helped. I wasn't guided. I wasn't given the information. And what that tells me, of course, as an adult that isn't, throwing darts at the moment, at those I used to love, is that life and choices, like, it really is, like, kids are not rubber. They are glue. They are glue, and everything sticks to them. And everything you throw at them, it's going to stick to them. And every look, like, my kids, if I don't react, they will infer a reaction. And I'm like, you did not get that out of my face, girl, because it was not there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Professional gaslighters in the house. Anyway, so kids, whole people, the second they come out, entire people, even people when they're in there, but that's a whole different topic. Okay, next thing that I would say to my best friend, well, she already knows all of these things, so this is what I would say to anyone, I guess. But yeah, so what's next? Your job. Okay, your job. Now, I'm talking about, okay, I really feel like there's the corporate job, which I have a corporate job, but I also have jobs that I love to do on the side that I can get paid for if I choose to, like build a business or get a part, like I could totally do anything. I have lots of skills. And I think defining yourself by your job is one of the worst things that you can do, because number one, especially in corporate America, you are completely replaceable. You are 100% replaceable. And please don't think that, you know, I'm straight A student at my job, you know, whatever, woo woo. Please don't think that that I can't walk in tomorrow and they'd be like, yeah, it just didn't work out. So, even maybe for posting this, it could happen. I'm taking a risk. But I do feel confident in my straight A-ness. Okay, that's weird. All right, we're not going to go there. So, tact. Moving on. Okay, your job. So, show up, give 100%, shut your mother-loving mouth, don't say anything, don't be a gossip, be a friend, be a cheerleader, be a coach, be everyone's MFing cup of tea, right? That is a mask that you can put on in corporate America. You don't have to be the crabby bitch that nobody wants to deal with, that's always fucking telling on everybody, being a snot. You don't have to be that person. You can be, but you can also choose to be a cheerleader and to be a go-getter and to be a ho fucking rah. Even if it's not true. Because you're getting paid. And hopefully, and no, you're not getting paid enough. And no, your insurance isn't good enough. And no, your bonus wasn't enough. And no, it's not enough. No, it's not enough. But that's why. But it's not supposed to be enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to be enough. Like, we are to continue to strive. We are and I don't mean strive in like an egotistical way. I mean strive as in better ourselves at least 1% every single day. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. And that is the way that it is. We are eternal beings having a human experience. And when we let go of these bodies, when we let go of these brains that are controlling what we remember and what we know of ourselves, we'll be like, oh my God, this was just flesh. This was just me having a human experience and having all of these emotions and trying to put things together and learning all these lessons because I want to. Some part of my soul wanted to. And so I'm not going to be a dick. I'm going to be kind. And the quote that I heard today, which belongs here, I believe, is kindness is not kindness. And I don't know who said it. But who am I quoting that quoted it? Her face is in my brain, and I will have it by the end of me summarizing this quote. I just read her book for the 3rd time. Okay. The quote was basically about... Now I'm thinking too hard on her name. Shit. Welcome to my commute. Menopause brain. Okay. Take a breath, my friends. It's a V. It's a V. I see her beautiful face. I see her hair. I see her muscles. Damn it. Okay. Well, it was basically about character and kindness. And kindness has to do with character. And the way that kindness has to do with character is kindness is truly not about who you are when you're outside of the home, when you're outside in public, when you're at the bank, when you're at church, when you're at the mall, when you're at... I mean, if you can't even be kind in public, like... And I know we got a lot of those. But it's really about the character that you have at home and being kind at home. And I remember when I was raising my girls when they were little, and I was homeschooling, and I was at the farm, and I was just being a complete, like, I was 10 years ahead of y'all on the homesteading thing and the trad wife thing, even though I wasn't liberal. Y'all never knew that I was liberal this whole time. Y'all never knew that I was blue because you never asked. You assumed that I was like you. And don't do that. Never do that. Never assume until you ask. Because you know what assuming does? It's ask out of you and me. Never assume. So kindness. So when I was raising my girls, I remember I believed, it was Spirit who spoke to me. I had the impression here. It's hard for me to say Holy Spirit or God, or it's hard for me to put names right now on, but Spirit spoke to me, and the impression that I got was your children, your hypocrisy will turn your children away from me. Your hypocrisy will turn your children away from me. And so that word hypocrisy has sat in the back of my head kind of as I've reacted, and as I've loved, and as I've nurtured, and as I've cared for, and as I've neglected, and as I've overreacted, and as I've spasmed, and as I've freaked out, and as I've loved, and as I've hugged, and as I've gotten it right, and as I've broken rules and gotten it really, really, really fucking wrong as a mother, especially with my oldest. I haven't lied to them, and I, even so much so that we never did Santa, and like my mother was appalled. She was like, they're taking all of the magic out of childhood. And I'm like, no, you lied to me. Like, y'all just lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. And I'm not lying to my children. I'm not being a hypocrite. So anyway, thank you, Spirit, for giving me that wisdom in order for me to follow. Do you know what I mean? It isn't like I thought of that on my own, because I didn't. I just listened and obeyed at that point. So, and then, another gal from church, she said one time, and it really, really stuck with me, be a safe place, be a soft place for your kids to land when they come home from school. And she was a homeschool mom and just a lovely, lovely woman. And another thing that I would say is, go on hormone replacement therapy, even if you don't think so. I had menopause. I had a hysterectomy when I was 36. I had cervical cancer, and I just that's a different story. But I had a hysterectomy, full hysterectomy, cleaning my cervix, except I kept an ovary. She's like, you don't need meds. My doctor's like, you don't need meds because you have an ovary. Girl, I needed meds before I had that stuff taken out, my stuff taken out. Like, I needed meds before that. So, oh God, it's my purse on the floor and I have to get my badge. So I don't know what she's talking about. But advocate for yourself as a woman. Go on, please don't, it's just my glasses, HRT. Go on hormone replacement therapy. Get someone that will do your testing. Get someone that believes in women's health. Get a good therapist. Someone you can trust, someone you will give you tools, but will also not assume that they know, because they you finally have a diagnosis of something, and then they know all about you. And sorry. Also, I don't edit this because I don't want to spend time on it because I have a life. I'm not saying the people that would edit this don't have a life. I'm saying I'm doing this on my commute to work. So I'm not, what the fuck am I gonna edit this? Not on my commute home, girl. Okay, so, last thing, and I'm parking, is I didn't know what it meant when they said if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of those you love. I didn't know what that meant. I know what that means now. And here's what I have to say. Take care of your body, take care of your health, take care of your mental health, take care of your emotional wellness. If you need a sabbatical, take a sabbatical. If you need a break, take a break. If you need, I don't know, whatever you need, take it. Especially as a woman, especially as a mother, especially as a wife, take it. You know what they used to call menopausal women just like 100 years ago? They used to call menopause mania, and they would lock us up. I wouldn't technically mind that right now, but being the rock and the anchor of my family, other than God, is not where we are. So anyway, take care of yourself. And the truth of the matter is that I was spinning my wheels thinking that I was taking care of my family while I wasn't taking care of myself. And I was in my maladaptive behaviors, which was eating and smoking marijuana. And I have a prescription. No worries. No worries. It's also legal in Minnesota. No worries. Shut the fuck up. But, you know, the truth of the matter is that whatever you don't deal with, your children will deal with. And your demons are their demons. And I didn't get delivered until after I was pregnant with all of them. So, here we are. 2026. Living the dream. But that's some life advice, just kind of off the cuff, that I would offer my best friend turning 40, but she already knows all of this shit because she's a smart gal, and I love her so much. So, baby, if you're just starting your life, or you're just starting over, or, you know, but yeah, that's just in my opinion. So, thanks for joining me on my commute, and have a great day.